Here is the story. Foods that are considered to be healthy by every dietitian make me sick. I have been on a very restrictive food diet for over a decade because of my food intolerances. Over the years, I've been at it for over 14 years. I've tried many diets, from keto, paleo, low carb, candida diet, GAPS diet, anything in between, in order to try to find the perfect diet for me that makes me feel good. And I was also trying to expand the list of foods that I can tolerate, so I can get more nutrients into my body and also make my diet a little bit more socially acceptable. Are you also one of those people who get sick from all the healthy foods out there, from fermented foods to beans and lentils? I would love to hear what are you dealing with in the comments. And last week, literally just a few days ago, I had a major breakthrough in understanding my food intolerances. But before I tell you what it was and the details of it, I would like to share with you two little stories that also happened just literally within the last week. If you are following me from before and saw my previous video, you know that I started this channel with the purpose of documenting my food reintroduction journey. I'm trying to expand the list of foods that I am able to tolerate. I've been avoiding nightshades for years, all of them. And last week, I decided to give tomato a try again. And as I was cutting the salad for my family, I added a quarter of a tomato into my salad on the first day. And then on the second day, I dared to have 3/4 of a tomato. So that's one whole medium tomato in 2 days that I ate. By the end of the second day, I started to feel some inflammation in my joints and I started to have a headache. And on the third day, I was in a full-blown flare-up with my joints hurting. When I get that flare-up, I feel like my hands and my feet swell up and become bigger than their normal size. And the skin on my joints hurt, and all my joints all over the body start creaking and feel swelling up. And I also feel very tired and swollen. And honestly, this is not a good time for this kind of flare-up because we have bad winter outside and it's been snowing frequently and we have to clean up snow and ice almost every day, and dealing with joint pain in my hands and feet was not fun. So of course I did not eat any more tomato after that, and I decided that nightshades are not good for me. But almost immediately I make another mistake. Normally I do not eat any processed meat because I know that it does not make me feel good either. But last week I was cooking some organic chicken sausage for my family, and I read the list of ingredients and it looked safe, like there was no ingredients that I cannot tolerate. There was no nightshades or anything added to it. So I decided to eat one little sausage, and I'm paying the price for it today. My digestive system slowed down and have a headache, and my joints started hurting again. And in general, I am not feeling good, and it's just one little sausage. Now I have to clean up my diet for a few days, eat a lot more salad and fruits, and to help my body to detoxify from this sausage quicker. I also took some Cascara Sagrada supplement to help my bowels move out the toxins faster. And I probably will take a little bit extra magnesium at night today to do the same thing, to clean up faster. So those were just two little illustrations of the food intolerances I have to deal with every day. I ate tomato and I ate organic chicken sausage, and most people eat these foods and consider them healthy and have no problem with them. Why these two completely unrelated foods are causing a problem? And the answer is that both of these foods are high in histamine. I've been watching this doctor talking on YouTube about food intolerances, and he seemed like he knew what he was talking about. So I ordered his book from the library and I started reading it a few days ago. And here he talks about different types of food intolerances and the categories. And I was surprised to find out that I am a classic case of histamine food intolerance, which I had no idea about just before I started reading this book. I've been eliminating foods from my diet and then reintroducing them, and watching my reactions and retesting my reactions, reintroducing the foods again, just to have that list of foods that I can tolerate and I cannot. And I was very surprised to find out that all of the foods that I am intolerant of fall in the histamine producing category. So these are the foods that are high in histamines, and when there's too much of them in my body, in addition to other factors that can be environmental and even stress and other events in the body, it causes a histamine reaction. And this explains why I cannot just eat any food out there or follow a healthy recipe without making my own food modifications to any recipe that is out there. Does that sound familiar to you? It's all a brand new information to me, and I'm still trying to process it and make sense of it. Histamine intolerance is not an allergy to food, but more of a reaction to food that causes symptoms that sometimes look like an allergic reaction, but thank God do not go into that life-threatening category. Histamine intolerance is more of a chronic condition that goes through periods of flare-ups. It's like a bucket that gets overfilled because there's way too much histamine, and then all of a sudden the body starts reacting to it. Over the years, intuitively, I was trying to find the list of safe foods for myself, and trying to keep myself away from these flare-ups, even though, as I told you last week, I made 2 mistakes because I didn't know what I was dealing with. Now that I have a list of foods that are high in histamine, most of them I figured it out on my own, and I knew to stay away from them. But some of them I had no idea that they can be problematic, and I never noticed any problem with them. For example, I add a little bit of organic gluten-free soy sauce to my dishes, and I didn't notice any problem. And I drink a lot of green tea and black tea, which are also in a high histamine list. But some of the foods, I don't know, I will be retesting them. For example, walnuts, I eat walnuts, but I cook them in a special way. And some other foods like avocados and bananas, I don't know, I have to be checking and retesting now again. In a quick search, and this is brand new information for me, only 2 days old, I found this PDF online that this is a list of foods that are high in histamine, but it's different from all the other lists that I've seen so far, because most lists have a yes or no category. Some of them put all dairy in a no category. You will see for yourself if you look at it. But this PDF, it's very long, I think it's like 18 or 20 pages. It goes through all the foods and it grades them from 0 being safe to 3 being very high histamine. And it also goes through the list of supplements and food additives, grading them in the same way. So I think this is the most helpful so far, and I will attach the link to this PDF in the description to the video. But looking through this list, I realized that some of these, like for example, nightshades, I always thought that I am allergic to all nightshades, and I was avoiding all of them. Turns out that from this list, tomatoes and hot peppers are causing a problem for people with histamine intolerance. But sweet peppers and sweet paprika and even potatoes are not high histamine at all. So I've been avoiding these foods for years, but now I'm going to try to reintroduce them and see what happens. Same with dairy. Most of those food histamine lists put dairy in a no category. But from my personal experience, I was able to reintroduce dairy after 10 years of avoiding it, after going through an anti-candida protocol. And slowly I reintroduced some dairy, and I'm able to eat cottage cheese now, and some yogurt and kefir, and mascarpone cheese, ricotta cheese. I have no problem with them. Looking at this list, they also say that some dairy, like these fresh cheeses like cottage cheese and mascarpone, and some other cheeses that are not aged, are safe for people or in a low histamine category, while aged cheeses and the ones that contain mold are in no good category. And yogurt and kefir is also a high histamine, but as I told you, after going through an anti-candida protocol, I'm actually able to enjoy them daily, and I think it's good probiotics for my body, and I have no problem with them. So I will keep you updated on my journey on bringing foods back, trying them, testing them, if you find this information helpful, please click a like to this video and subscribe to my channel to follow my journey. I would really appreciate it. And you will find the link to this PDF, which I find very helpful, in the description. I'll see you in the next video.